Thank you for watching the TDC Hot Rods YouTube channel.
Hello guys, welcome back. So on this video, I'll be doing something a lot different that I usually don't do. So usually it's just like my body work, restoration, car restoration stuff. But I've been thinking, and that's not everything that I do here. I don't normally do what I'm gonna show you today. But for certain customers I will, and just kind of just it pays the bills. It's just stuff in between the big jobs. It pays the bills. I enjoy doing it. But this is definitely not my realm of things that I normally do. As in, I'll just show you. So it is, I think it's a '02 Honda Civic. I painted it for the kid, shoot, I don't know, a year and a half ago. I don't even know what engine was in it. I'm not a big Honda guy. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know enough to know what was right and what was wrong. So he paid someone else to put this B18 in it that has a B16 head. So they put this B18 in it and then turboed it, and on his drive home, it went wrong. So what happened was, so he brought it to me and he said, "Can you fix this?" He's like, I don't know who to trust or what to do. So is this something that you would be considered doing? Well, I've already done work for him before and I'd be happy to help him out. So what happened was he thought it was a head gasket issue, but obviously it wasn't. It was blowing oil everywhere. Well, you see, they had some stock piston, stock wing gap, and popped the wing lands. So I tore it down. The cylinders are brand new. They had fresh bore, used pistons. So these are the rods. These rods were brand new rods with used pistons. Anyways, long story short, the poor kid, got screwed over big time. So what we have here we have brand new Ford CP pistons on those new rods. And I am gapping the rings. Oh, the rings are over there. But I'm just to start on cylinder 1 and work my way through. So I'm gapping the rings, and then I'll put that piston and rod in there, and then go to cylinder 2, do the same thing. So I guess today's video, I'm just going to do something a little different than I usually do. So I'm going to put this engine back together. I have everything except for a oil pan gasket. So I'm not going to be able to fire it up today. But we'll be able to get the top end all put back together and do everything that we possibly can. Also, I bought head studs for it. It's definitely a cheaper build, but the guy doesn't want to have to do it again. This is the third time this engine's been apart, and he's pretty tired of it. So I'm going to put the head back on, then after the engine's all sealed up, then I'm going to come in here and clean up this engine bay, because if you can see, it's pretty dirty. Definitely not impressed with the other group of guys or whoever it was that put this engine in. Not very impressed at all. So I already started on I got one piston wing gaps already set and ready to go together. So I'm ready to go back in the engine. So I'm gonna get these pistons all put in and get back to work. Well, there it is. It is all back together. I had a few oopses. It took way longer than it should have, especially for having this particular car apart and back together one other time. But this fuel line here, when I pulled the head off, a while ago, because the owner didn't know what we were going to do, what he wanted to do about fixing it. So when I pulled the pistons down, we realized what was wrong with it. He was just kind of like, oh crap, because he just put a ton of money having this engine put in it. Anyways. So when I pulled the head off and put it in the trunk, I messed up and pinched the fuel line, and that was my bad. So I had to find a new one. And luckily, a gentleman a couple towns away that I knew had one. So we got a new, used, good fuel line. And I have this wastegate dump pipe here that somebody else built. This is not my work, but somebody else built this, and the owner had it on there, or wants it on there, whichever. So I gotta find some bolts, gotta dig up some bolts to put this baby on there. And then I will talk to the owner about making a nicer one later. But yeah, so everything is all buttoned up except the oil pan, and I got it all nasty looking right there. So I need to clean that up and put a new oil pan gasket on it, put it back in there, and we'll be ready to fire this baby up. Hopefully it runs much better and it won't blow any smoke. And it was literally pushing oil. I pulled the oil cap off and it would blow the cap off. And what made the owner go, what the crap's going on, is it started smoking really bad. Well, that downpipe was off. The dump pipe was off of the wastegate, and there was literally oil blowing out of the wastegate. So that's bad. That's really bad. Anyways, so I will pick up that gasket in the morning. We'll finish this up in the morning, and until then, I got some other stuff to work on, so we'll see you guys in the morning. So we got the oil pan on it with the brand new gasket, looking much better than the old one. Whoever did this swap when they welded in the turbo drain there, they just filled this back up with silicone. So there was a ton of silicone inside the pan, plus it's spewing all over outside the pan. Yeah, whoever did this swap did a terrible job. There's mismatched bolts all over the place. There's just stuff everywhere, and I'm not the one coming in here to fix everything unless if the owner wants me to, but I am going to tell him about a bunch of it. But I put the turbo on and then went to try to put the oil pan on, and the drain, or the downpipe, was too close to where the pan goes, so I dropped the turbo back down, but that's all right. I got this, whatever you want to call this this dump pipe, just kind of matches the rest of the build, which I'm sorry to say if any of you guys think this quality's good. It's not very good. Anyways, so I have the battery charger on it. It's full of oil. It's got some antifreeze in it. Yeah, so we are going to try to start this thing if that battery has some juice. So I'm going to go turn this baby over and see what happens. oil out. It's not pushing the oil cap off. Yay! Much better than the last time I ran it. Awesome. So, I just got done pulling it off the jack stands. As we can see, we are outside, and I noticed it had a breather on here that was completely, actually, where is that thing? I'll show you guys. So the last time that it ever ran, it had those pistons, wing lands busted. And when I mean it was puking fuel, oil, it was really puking oil. So this is the breather that was on it, and you can see it's still just packed with oil. Well, it would not breathe. It wouldn't breathe at all. Like it was trying to, but it's too packed full of oil to tell. So I put this little hose on here, but I'm gonna recommend to the owner that you put a catch can on it. I'm not a big Honda guy. I don't really know a whole ton about them. I know enough to know what's wrong, but so I don't know if they usually have catch cans on us V8 guys, or in the V8 world, I should say. We usually have pretty good sized catch cans. So I'm gonna recommend that he puts a catch can on it. Let me know if that's a bad idea. I'm just curious in the comments if Honda guys usually put catch cans on. Anyways, enough of that. So there's a little small oil leak around the corner of the valve cover. So I'm gonna button that up, and then I'm gonna wash this thing because I got a little bit of water on it there and there, and you can see it wipes right off. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to scratch his hood. But I'm gonna give this thing a good detail, make it look like it did the last time it left here, and call the owner and tell him that he can come and get it, and it is gonna go to a tuner. Hopefully. I hope he's not gonna drive it too much. It runs good, but it definitely needs a tune. I didn't really get on it because I don't want to be the one to hurt it from a bad tune. So yeah, but anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. This is something a little different than I usually do on this channel anyways. But I think I'm gonna start doing more of just my everyday stuff. I have random things all the time. I don't do just body work. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll let you know if this thing ever comes back. I kind of hope it doesn't, unless if he wants to bring it back after the tuner is done. I'd love to go for a ride in it. It'd be kind of fun. Yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.